Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including Roku TVs and Roku players getting new features and changes to their operating system as beta testing has started on a new Roku update. Amazon is updating their Fire TVs to become more compatible to those with disabilities. We'll tell you what changes they're making for the Fire TVs. And Comcast spinning out their cable networks, making watching sports harder, but maybe a win for Peacock. We'll tell you what's happening here and a whole lot more in a quick second. First, though, if you want to learn more about any of these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. You can find a link to each down below so you can read the stories for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button or hitting that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to more people, helping us grow and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of TV and yet still watch the shows you enjoy. With that said, let's dive into it. Roku has started beta testing for an OS update that will reportedly bring new changes to the home screen. We've confirmed with Roku beta testers who are in this beta test that they are working on changes to it. Several have described it as changes to the home screen and how it looks and how it works. The second part of it is they've also described this as rather buggy, but that's the purpose of beta tests. Beta tests are so that the small group of testers can find the bugs, fix the bugs before you and I get them. The big change here, though, seems to be more tweaks to the home screen, adjusting how the home screen looks and works and how ads are displayed on it. We'll have to keep a very close eye on this as Roku continues to make changes to the OS. We've seen quite a few recently, rolling out top recommendations, adding new sections, and bringing video ads to the Roku OS. Now, just because Roku's beta testing this does not necessarily mean it's coming out anytime soon. Roku, for example, last fall, I should say, of 2023, was testing the new Roku Ultra. That ultimately was not announced until the spring of 2024. So it could be months before we see it, because again, beta testing is meant to give it to a small number of people, find bugs, and then roll it out to the general public. So question of the day: what changes to the home screen would you like Roku to make? I'm sure there's a lot of under the hood bug and other fixes that come with this, but what would you like to see Roku do to the home screen? Let's not talk about the remotes or the devices. Let's just talk about the OS, the home screen, the changes there you would like to see. Leave me a comment, let me know. I'll love to hear from you and see what kind of changes you would like from Roku to make on their devices. Next up, Amazon's making changes to the Fire TVs to make them more inclusive with accessibility features. One of the biggest changes here is dual audio on Fire TV Omni TVs, which will allow hearing aids to connect to your TV, but the TV speakers to still offer the audio. Really cool. You can Bluetooth connect your headphones or your hearing aids, to the TV, but still be able to then everyone else still listen to the TV. A nice little feature there. They're also adding support for more hearing aid brands. They can connect wirelessly directly to your Fire TV devices for sound wirelessly to your hearing aids. Really important for people who do suffer from hearing loss and use hearing aids. It's a really nice feature. They're also starting to use QR codes and raised dots for the visually impaired users to try to make setting up their new devices easier with raised braille on the devices and QR codes that can be scanned with troubleshooting tips, video guides with captions, and accessibility features to help make Fire TVs more user-friendly to those with disabilities. I love all these features. Recently, a lot of changes have come to hearing aids that have allowed them to be over the counter rather than prescription, opening up the devices and features to many more people. Now with this, you'll be able to Bluetooth connect to your Fire TV device and be able to access everything on there without any problems. Love it. Love the support there with everything. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of all this with it and how these can help you with a Fire TV. Do you know somebody with a hearing aid that could benefit from it? Let me know. They're not the only ones that do this kind of stuff. I really like the dual audio, the fact that I could be listening privately if I'm listening on Bluetooth, but somebody else in the room could just be using the speakers from the TV. A pretty cool little feature. All right, next story up. Comcast is getting rid of its cable networks and could be making watching sports harder, but Peacock could be a big winner here. Hollywood Reporter reported on this, but we've talked about this too a little bit. But what's happening here is Comcast is spinning off most of their cable networks, including some that aired sports like the USA Network. Now with this, there's currently discussions about rights and content. Is Comcast going to retain all those sports rights or sell them or license them to this new company that runs these new networks? Reports we have heard has suggested that a lot of sports content that may have aired on some of these networks may move to Peacock, as Peacock continues to lean into sports to become a major player in how it attracts subscribers. Peacock's sports there is a big part of everything it's doing, with sports being a main focus and how it's becoming successful. We'll have to keep a very close eye on this, but Peacock could be a big winner here. Look for sports increasingly move to streaming services as media companies try to use sports as a way to attract subscribers in 2025. Not just for Peacock, but for Paramount Plus, HBO Max, and other services also. Next story up, if you're a user of TP-Link Wi-Fi routers, they're very popular, one of the largest brands of Wi-Fi routers out there. Well, apparently the U.S. government's investigating the Chinese router company and may ban them over national security risks and concerns. Buying a TP router may become a thing of the past. At issue here is that they are increasingly being used for sensitive information. There's concerns over the Chinese government being able to use this for backdoor access to everything you're doing online and to track people's activities around the world. Be interested to see if this really becomes a reality with all the changes happening. But there's been an increasingly crackdown on Chinese-owned, government-owned companies that offer hardware in the United States. TP-Link seems to be the next big one with that. I don't know if that plays out, how much that you care about that, but it could limit your chances for that. Next up, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO is selling about $30 million worth of stock for estate planning and other issues. It joins a growing number of media executives who have been selling their stocks recently as they attempt to get out before the end of the year. A lot of programs and different ways to do that that many CEOs take advantage of. $30 million, though, is what Warner Brothers Discovery CEO is doing right now. Well, hey, that's it for today. I know a lot of people are heading out. Are you heading out? Are you traveling anywhere? Question for everybody, what are you doing for Christmas? We're having my mom's entire side come to our house to have a yearly traditional family Christmas party here. And we're actually celebrating with my wife side of the family on a different day this year when her brother's in town. They live out of town. So we got several parties spread out across multiple days here coming up. Leave me a comment. Let me know, when are you celebrating Christmas? What are your Christmas plans here? How does your family celebrate? We often start in the morning with a family meal, opening presents, and then in the afternoon, my mom's side comes in. My dad's side, we celebrate another day. My wife's side, we celebrate another day also. Love to hear you and what you do for Christmas right here. But no matter what you may celebrate, Happy Hanukkah. No, I'm kind of going to be late on a bunch of this. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you may celebrate. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Take care. Be safe, everybody. Huge thank you for all your support. We really do appreciate it. We're about 2,000 subscribers away from 30,000. Will we get that in the next week and a half? Probably not. It's going to be darn close, though. I know I've mentioned many times that my hope was to hit 300,000 before the end of the year. I would say that was overly optimistic, but we're a lot closer to it than I thought we would be. So a huge thank you to everybody for your support. Even if we don't hit it then, we'll hit it in the new year. Until then, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.